Welcome back once again to howtocookwayfood.com. If you haven't already, please click that button and subscribe to us. Fantastic chicken and aubergine dish on the day today with a sort of Mediterranean feel. Let me run through some ingredients. It's simple, easy, and it's really healthy and tastes great. Here we go. I've got a chicken breast here, no bone, no skin. I've cut that into some slices. Aubergines or eggplant or brinjal, in that case, whatever you call them, cut into sort of this sort of size. Sliced onion. So we're kind of roughly the same amounts here. I've got about 3 or 4 medium-sized tomatoes I've chopped. Salt, pepper, some dried thyme. I've got some little bit of fresh dill and fresh parsley, which will add a fantastic flavour, which we'll add that at the end. We've got some whole garlic there, I've got whole cloves. I'm going to cook them just like that. They'll be delightful as well. We're going to start off this with some lovely olive oil. I might add a little touch of water. Let's go and do it. Okay, let's get started. I've got my pan here. We have a generous amount of olive oil. I'm going to go straight in with that garlic. Like I say, I'm cooking these whole, and once they cook, you can just eat them, no problem. They're not going to be like really horribly garlicky. The flavour actually leaves them. Let's put a little bit of salt now. As always, slowly with salt. You can put it in, but you can't take it out. That's what I always say. So let's go nice and slow. Get some of that black pepper in there. Again, a generous amount. Now this may look like a lot of oil, but when we put our eggplant in, they will soak it up quite a lot, so don't worry about the amount. Plus it tastes good. There you go, there's our onions. Now I'm cooking on a kind of medium to high heat at the moment. A little bit of our dried thyme. That sort of adds to that Mediterranean flavour. And then our eggplant. Now the reason I'm adding the eggplant now and not the chicken, which may seem odd, is that these will actually take a little bit longer to cook than our chicken will, because we've got a breast of chicken cut fairly thin, no skin and no bone. It will cook in no time, whereas these guys will take a little bit more time. So we're on our way. I'm going to let this go for about 4 minutes. I'm going to keep stirring it. I don't want to burn those onions or that garlic, so let's not keep it too high the heat. Keep your eye on it. See you in about 3 or 4 minutes. There we go, they've been gently cooking away for about 4 minutes. I'm now going to add our chicken. Which, like I said, is a skinless, boneless breast, cut fairly thin. And again, just keep stirring this gently. For another 3 to 4 minutes, that chicken will completely change colour. You can see it already, it's going from the pink to the white. Let some of those lovely flavours get in and around our chicken, and I'll be back then. There you go. As you can see, this is coming along really nicely. And at this point, I'm going to drop in those tomatoes. Give it a little mix. And the reason earlier I said that we may add a little bit of water is due to the fact that I don't know how juicy these tomatoes are, or your ones in fact. So we're going to pop a lid on this. and find out. Because what should happen is they will break down and they will release somewhat of a decent amount of moisture. If they're really juicy, you're going to get a load, no need for water. If they're not, we need to add a touch. Let's let that go for about 5 minutes. Okay, let's take a look inside. Let me let a load of that steam out before it clouds that lens. I'm going to lower the heat on this now. And as you can see, as predicted, we've got that moisture from our tomatoes. Now, this is wet enough for me. I don't want a big old soup here. I quite like it just like this. As you can see, our eggplant is breaking down nicely. That really is super. And at this stage now, I've got some nice flat leaf parsley, some fresh dill, just a touch of that, that's quite a strong flavour. I'm now going to add just a pinch more salt, just tasted it, it just needed a little bit more. Now this is Mediterranean, but it's kind of Greek to me. I think that aubergines, tomatoes, garlic, especially that dill, that kind of reminds me of kind of Greek food as opposed to just Mediterranean. Call it what you will, it is delicious. That'd be lovely with some nice crusty bread. It would be fantastic with some rice maybe, or just some chunky fries. I'm going to turn that heat off. That's ready to eat. See you next time. Bye bye.